So, I'll admit something right here. I've known about Ateez since their debut, and used to think they were overrated for what they were. Then, recently, I got into them, liked a ton of their songs, watched them more, and that whole view changed. So with that out of the way, let's get started. The group is made up of 8 members: Hongjun, Seunghwa, Yeonho, Yeosang, San, Mingi, Wooyoung, and Jongho. Before Ateez was even formed, Hongjun competed on a survival show called Mix 9. Didn't make the final lineup, but at least got to show off his talents before his Ateez days. He would go on to not only be the leader, but assist in writing and producing their tracks. Meanwhile, Yeosang and Wooyoung were training together at Big Hit Entertainment, who managed artists such as BTS, TXT, and the new group ENHYPEN. But the pair left to transfer to KQ Entertainment. KQ is the company that Ateez are signed under, and once the boys all came together, they released a handful of pre-debut performance videos in May 2018 and another in August 2018, which gained a lot of attention. The first video alone has 11 million views. Their official debut was in October 2018 with the title track, Pirate King. On the same day, in fact, the group also released a music video to their other title song, which they also promoted, called Treasure. Treasure was also the name of their first mini-album and would later go on to be a series of albums. The first of these being Treasure Episode 1, All to Zero. On top of Pirate King and Treasure, the album also featured the songs Twilight, My Way, and Stay. 2019 came and the boys were super busy. January saw the release of their second mini-album, titled Treasure Episode 2, 0 to 1. Once again, the album featured 2 title tracks, which they promoted. The first one being Say My Name. This was released onto YouTube on January the 15th, 2019. Then, on February the 7th, the music video was released for the second title track off the album, Hearts Awakened, Live Alive, or more commonly known by its abbreviation, Holla Holla. Other tracks on the album included Desire, Light, and Promise. June came around and so came the release of the boys' third mini-album called Treasure Episode 3, 1 to All. Yet again, multiple title tracks. Before, there had been 2, this time 3 tracks became title tracks and were promoted. The first title track on this album being Wave. The music video was released onto YouTube on the 10th of June 2019, and it currently has over 40 million views. This song gave Ateez their first win on a music show, and it hadn't even been a year since their debut. There seems to be a theme here, as on the same day as the Wave music video, another titles track video was published, Illusion. A month later in July, a music video for the track Aurora was released onto YouTube. The album features these tracks and other songs such as Crescent and Utopia. Feels like these boys are constantly promoting music. October 2019 and the first full album from Ateez was released with 11 songs, titled Treasure Episode Fin, All to Action. This time only one title track, Wonderland. This music video was released onto YouTube on October the 8th, 2019, and has over 70 million views. Even when I wasn't a big fan of Ateez, I remember this song because I used to like the last part of it. And also there's that iconic stage that they did as well. Yet, member Mingi took a break between October and November due to joint pain, and KQ notified fans that he would return for the 2019 Mama Show. Anyway, other songs on this album included Mist, Win, Sunrise, and Beginning of the End. Just to finish off the year, as if that wasn't hectic enough, the boys released a Japanese version of the song Utopia. The music video for this was released on November the 11th, 2019, and would feature on their last album of the year and their first Japanese album, called Treasure Episode Extra Shift the Map. This album was released in December with remixes of their previous songs such as Holla Holla, Wave, and Say My Name, as well as the Japanese version of Utopia and a Japanese version of Aurora too. 2019 also saw the boys win the MTV EMA Award for Best Korean Act. At the beginning of 2020, the boys released the album Treasure Epilogue Action to Answer. This addition to the Treasure saga brought along 5 new songs with the title track of Answer. The music video for this was released on January the 6th, 2020 and has over 50 million views on YouTube. Alongside Answer, the boys also promoted the song Horizon, though there isn't a music video for this song. The other songs on the album included Star 1117, Precious, and the outro of Long Journey. Later in February, Ateez released their Japanese mini-album titled Treasure Episode Map to Answer. This included remixes of Wonderland, Star 1117, and Sunrise, a Japanese version of Answer, and 2 new songs, Declaration and Better. However, in February, a statement was released saying that member Jongho had fractured his leg and so he had to sit on a chair while the other boys performed. This wasn't the only injury of the year, as Songhwa didn't accompany the boys to the K-Con Tact show in June of 2020 as he had experienced hip pain. Then in July came the album of a new saga, Zero, Fever Part 1. This album features my favourite Ateez song, the title track, Inception. This video was released onto YouTube on July the 29th, 2020, and I think it's just amazing. Other title tracks on this album include To the Beat, One Day at a Time, Fever, which they also promoted, and the other title track of the album, Thanks. The music video for this was published on the 23rd of August 2020 and as it stands is Ateez's latest comeback. For Halloween, the boys made a performance video called The Black Cat Nero. This video was released onto YouTube on October the 30th, 2020. This song was a cover of The Black Cat by a group called Turbo. However, Mingi has not participated in their recent stages as he is taking some time off as a break. KQ released a statement saying that he was experiencing psychological anxiety, and so I hope his time away has helped his mental health. On the 2nd of December 2020, Ateez was among the lineup for the Double Happiness Winter Festival. Now, with Mingi back with them, they performed Say My Name, Holla Holla, Thanks, and One Day at a Time. However, Mingi would not go on to perform at the Mama Show a few days later. At the 2020 Golden Disc Awards, the boys won the Next Generation Award, showing that not only do they have a lot of talent, but that they can be one of the new leading groups in the K-pop industry. They also won the Discovery of the Year Award at the 2020 Mnet Asian Music Awards. The boys are doing their best, and I'm sure they will continue to grow and show off more amazing music in the future. Continue doing your thing, the Kings of Hype, and thank you for your hard work. 8 makes one team. 1 Ateez.